TikTok has already launched some kind of a fund that is also distributed between successful TikTok creators, but we're not talking about the ability to monetize like YouTube can do that, because there is already a system that is working, that has been working for years. There is a very elaborate system that lets creators, to receive money, and everything is automatic. TikTok will need, at least 3-5 years in order to build something similar.
That's right. The guys will see very exciting events in 2022 in this rivalry when YouTube Shorts will finally be monetized. Hey everybody, Mediacube podcast, Roman and Ivan talking to each other from different parts of the world, and this is the final episode of Mediacube podcast in 2021, and I think this is pretty symptomatic, Roman, that we're talking to each other from different cities and different countries, showing how the world has really changed in 2020 and in 2021. I wouldn't say it had been this way in the beginning of 2021. If you remember, we were sitting next to each other in the studio here in Minsk and talking, launching our podcasts. But what is really important is that throughout 2021, industries and companies and technologies managed to tackle this huge change and this huge challenge, continuing to work, develop, expand, and actually nothing has changed much in the industry except for a lot of companies working remotely and crew being scattered over the whole planet. But on the other hand, it gave the hell of opportunities. No matter where your team is from, no matter what language they speak, if they qualify, if they fit with your DNA, they can work with you. And this is actually great. This is probably the most wonderful thing the pandemic brought to this world. So
you mentioned about the lots of opportunities that open to the world, and I think we're going to outline some of them to sum up the 2021, and through the our vision, our understanding of how it worked for YouTube and other media platforms like TikTok, etc.
Yeah, that's right. So let me, if you don't mind, start with one of the most loud news that emerged, probably, if I'm not mistaken, in September, because it's not about YouTube, and then we'll switch over to YouTube news and highlights. So in September 2021, TikTok reported it had passed 1 billion monthly active users, and it was really a huge news out there. Everybody was happy, but for YouTube executives probably. But on the other hand, I'm just driving to probably the most disruptive YouTube change and feature that emerged to rival TikTok in 2021, which is YouTube Shorts. So let's remember what's it all about and how YouTube is planning to compete and rival TikTok.
Yeah, in the first place, when YouTube started to launch the short format in order to rival the TikTok, and seeing how popular this platform is, and I think one of the most valuable features that is still going to be implemented in the future, and we hope that is going to happen in 2022, that YouTube Shorts is going to be monetized, just in a way like the rest of YouTube is being monetized.
That's right. But let's start.
Not only through.
Hold on. Sorry, but let's start with status quo. Like, for people who may not know yet enough about YouTube Shorts, like, what is that, and why is that so important, and how have they been developing the very concept and idea throughout 2021?
The rise of TikTok started all this rush from the biggest platforms in the world that they have to do something like that. And we saw the rise of YouTube Shorts, and we saw the rise of Reels for Facebook and Instagram. And YouTube, as the biggest platform, the biggest media platform in the world, they need to do something that would differ them from the rest of the platforms. So that's why right from the start, when started to launch the YouTube Shorts, it's the short form videos, just like TikTok, up to 1 minute long, which you can find right in the YouTube main app in a separate section. They started to incentivize the creators with the YouTube Shorts fund, which was like up to 100 million US dollars distributed between all the creators in different regions, and the number of regions is always expanding. Now it's available in more than 100 countries, as far as I remember. And it means that those YouTube Shorts creators who are the most popular in the regions, they are receiving the part of this YouTube Shorts fund. This is, like to incentivize those who are already doing great on the platform. And there is another fund that they are distributing between the creators. It's between $25,000 and up to $100,000 for those creators who are not big enough in YouTube Shorts, but they're big on other platforms like TikTok or maybe Instagram, etc. And they would like to attract them to the platform to start creating shorts for YouTube. And they give them, like this incentive, and they commit to creation of a certain number of YouTube Shorts during a period of time, like half a year or 1 year. Gotcha. So this is another thing that YouTube does in order to expand the feature and become a real competitor of TikTok. And yet I have already mentioned that the killer feature that is going to be implemented, we hope it's going to happen in 2022, that YouTube Shorts is going to be monetized like the rest of YouTube. Just when you look through some shorts in the YouTube main app, and there are some ads running in it, or after it, or before it, or something like that, and the creators are going to receive a part of this monetization.
Yeah, let's hope for this to happen. It will be exciting anyway to observe this rivalry and how TikTok will tackle this. Maybe they have something in their sleeve as well, which I actually doubt, but we'll see anyway. Yeah,
well, actually, TikTok has already launched some kind of a fund that is also distributed between successful TikTok creators, and they try to, give them more money to keep them on the platform, and they do certain steps in this direction. But we're not talking about the ability to monetize like YouTube can do that, because there is already a system that is working, that has been working for years. There is a very elaborate system that lets creators, to receive money, and everything is automatic. TikTok will need, at least 3-5 years in order to build something similar.
That's right. This is what I was thinking about. Is that when you were saying that TikTok was giving away funds and money for successful creators as well as YouTube Shorts does, but funding of creators, I think, is a very short-term decision, and it wouldn't be this way, like a tug of war. Hey, we'll give you $100 million, you can join YouTube Shorts. Then TikTok says, hey, no, we'll give you $200 million, go back to TikTok. It won't work this way.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a long run. It's not a long-term decision. It's like the ad hoc at the moment decision that is working right now, and they are trying to incentivize the creators up to that moment when the shorts are going to be monetized on the platform. It's like a temporary decision.
That's right. And so guys, we'll see very exciting events in 2022 in this rivalry when YouTube Shorts will finally be monetized. Another disruptive feature on YouTube this last year was merge shelf. Could you expand on this a little bit more, Roman?
It's not the disruptive feature that was launched in 2021. It was launched much earlier, I think 2019 or something like that. But the number of countries where it's available is very limited, and now the merge shelf is expanding to to more countries and even to CIS region where we and Ivan are from. Me and Ivan are from. It means that the creator can advertise his or her merch during the video, and put certain items right before the video, and in the special section that is called store on the desktop version of YouTube on his or her channel, and in the app. So there is you can buy something even without necessity to leave the YouTube app. So it's very convenient way, to advertise the goods that you are selling to your audience. And there is another very important thing is when you are a big creator. It means that there are pretty many, business makers who are eager to create fake apparel and sell it, through platforms like AliExpress or eBay or Amazon or something like that. And when there is something that is right below your video, and you are talking about this in your video, it means that this is the authentic apparel that the creator is selling. So there is no ability for those bad actors to appear in the merge shelf of YouTube, because there is no way for them to do that. It can be done only by the creator himself or herself. So it's and when we're talking about Russia, Mediacube is that very company that is partnering from the point of view of doing merch for the entire Russian region. So it's a very exciting thing for us, for Russia as a whole, because it's something new and something that is going to be a big thing, going to expand in 2022.
Yeah, that's right. Now let's move on to YouTube platform, I would say, inside updates that have been there in 2021, especially in terms of interaction between creators and their audiences, which is of crucial importance actually for channels growth and for raising engagements with the audiences. So what would you call the most important updates in this respect in 2021 on YouTube only? I remember, I can recall there was...
From the point of view of interactions...
with audiences. I can recall that YouTube somehow... oh yes, there's another thing that we haven't discussed yet before moving on to that, is dislikes removal.
It's something that we discussed earlier, and it was a very hot topic, because it's a very controversial thing to do. But anyway, let's recall something.
Yeah, we just want to remember this and recall this and ask your guys' opinion after a couple of months without dislikes. So what do you think? Was it a right thing to do? Was it a right decision or not? Because it really was debated all over the world, and there were two very 50% fractions of parties in favor and against, and they haven't come to any conclusion yet. So we're really interested in what do you guys think about this after this short period of time when you see no dislikes. Was the right decision or not? Write us in the comment section. We're really interested and excited. If you remember, I was against this. I really thought, I was thinking that dislikes count makes creators more responsible, but now I'm just used to it, and I'm perfectly fine with it. It's not there, and
yeah, it always happens like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's at the first place. Initially, like I'm not very good with that. It doesn't look right for me, but then you get accustomed to it.
yeah, that's right. And well, now I accept that probably was the right decision from the side of YouTube.
Yeah.
Because there's
Why?
Because there's less comparison between channels. You know, we're all playing this.
Okay.
We're all playing this comparison game, right? The amount of subscribers, the amount of views per video, amount of comments, amount of
Yeah, but still you can see the number of likes.
yeah, amount of
There's
likes
still
and dislikes,
competition
but
there.
there's still -1 point where you can compare and somehow compete to
You
fellow
know,
creators.
I think the main issue with these likes is that it was abused a lot, because like
Also.
there is someone who, yeah, it's very often it wasn't a real indicator that the video is bad. Sometimes it was like a
Flash mob.
bot attacks or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And there was
Why would people put 10 million dislikes to the YouTube Rewind 2018, I
yeah,
guess?
2018. It was actually the
Just-
most.
just because-
it's
just
still
because
sorry.
YouTube
yeah,
tried-
it's still the most disliked video on YouTube in the history of the platform.
Yes.
We're humans, like we tend to compare each other to each other, but sometimes this comparison game would lead creators to make something they don't like, to make something they are not sincere about, just to get more views or
Yeah.
just to get more subscribers or something. Whereas the very concept and philosophy of YouTube is to be as sincere as possible and to do whatever you like. It's mostly a
Yeah,
hobby-like
that's
thing, although it's a huge industry, but still. So I believe in this respect, dislikes removal is still a wise and nice thing to do. Now let's be moving on to technical updates that have been available in 2021 to interact with audiences. Like I remember there was a
To sum up, before we move on, I would like to emphasize on the thing that YouTube is trying to, there was a trend in 2021 and it's going to continue in 2022 that YouTube is put much accent into expanding their alternative monetization features like sponsorship,
yeah.
like super thanks, like super chat, memberships, and etc. So all the features that are not about only revenue from the monetization itself, YouTube is trying to expand all the premium features, YouTube Music, etc. So, and they are going to invest a lot into these fields, and they are adding different features specifically for these alternative kinds of monetization, because they would like to expand it a lot.
Yeah, this is actually
in the coming years.
That's actually what I meant. Yeah, I put it like interaction with audience, but actually sponsorship is number one type of interaction with audience. So this is exactly what I wanted to ask. And also I can recall there were some comments management updates that were important, right? As well, like creators could sort.
From the point of view of interacting with the audience, there was done a lot with the comments. In the first place, the sorting out of the comments, for example, from the point of view whether there is a question in it or not. From the point of view who posted that comment, for example, if there is a member of the channel. So it means that you can sort the comments by the members only and respond to them on the first place, because this is kind of different way of different level of commitment to your channel, to your content. And there is also another feature that YouTube has also introduced a more strict ways of filtering the abusive comments or hateful comments or something like that. And now you can enable this feature, and more comments that algorithms will find abusive or hateful they will, like be put into filter where you can, like look through them or just disregard them. So this is one of the more ways of how to, keep the creators more psychologically stable. Yeah, psychologically happy.
That's right. So yeah, this is basically it. I believe we've been through the most important and game-changing things in 2021. Thank you, Roman, for our podcasts. We'll be back in 2022 with some more exciting news from YouTube and Mediacube. And guys, if you still think what multi-channel network to join, don't hesitate to go to our website, check it out, and join.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you guys for being with us this year, and I hope that you're going to bear with us in 2022, and we'll try to deliver more exciting news to you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Happy New Year.